Hey Brainwinters, it's your helpful zombie girl here, and today I'm going to try to simplify the T.O.O.L mod that is brought to you by twistedmexi. I have the link down below to this mod. This is a Patreon link. You do not have to become a Patreon to download this mod. It's free, but if you can spare the coins, I do suggest you try to support this creator, as twistedmexi is one of the most creative and talented modders in the Sims 4 community, and they come out with some amazing mods. And as I said, that link will be down below. So let's hop right into this. We're going to start this video off assuming that you already know how to install mods and that you have installed the T.O.O.L mod. And we're going to begin fresh here. So as you can see, I've ripped almost all the doors and windows off of my apartment, and I left one door so that I can show you how to actually get rid of the door or the windows that you no longer want. So to begin, we're going to hit Control-Shift-C and type in testing cheats true. Now, I actually was able to move things around without putting in this cheat code, so I have no idea if that's maybe one of the newer features of the mod or if that was just a fluke. I have no idea. So after we have that done, let's go ahead and close out that window by hitting Control-Shift-C, and we can begin. So we want to delete this door, and in order to do that, we have to move it to one of the inner walls or into the floor. So in live mode, this is how we use the T.O.O.L mod. You actually can't use it, as far as I know, and I don't know everything about this mod. You cannot use it in build mode. You have to be in live mode, so pause your game so nothing wonky happens. And we're going to go over to the item that we do want to move and hit Shift, hold down Shift, and left click your item. We're going to get this menu, and we're going to go over to Tool, Toggle Active Object, and we're going to move this door anywhere within the apartment. You can move it to an inner wall, or you can just move it right here to the floor. So shift left click somewhere and go to Tool Options, Move Active Object here. Now that it's inside, we can go into build mode and delete it. So let's go back into live mode. So pick out your doors and windows, and I suggest placing them facing the wall that you're going to want them to go on. This will make everything so much easier. Make sure that you have already customized your doors and windows to the colors that you want. After they are moved to the outer walls, they can no longer be customized. The same thing goes for items that we're going to be placing out here on the balcony. I'm going to show you guys how to decorate this little balcony here, because for some stupid reason we cannot decorate it with the game itself and without a mod. It's kind of silly. Alright, so we've customized our doors and windows how we want. We have them facing the walls that we want. So let's shift left click on our door and go to Tool, and we're going to toggle Active Object. Whenever you're looking at the wall that you want to place it, I suggest you click at the very base. Don't click on the floor, but click at the very base of the wall. So I'm going to pick about right here, shift left click, go to Tool Options, and move Active Object here. Pretty good. Looks pretty good. When you swivel around though, no matter how well you do it, you're going to have this little bit of space here, or at least I always do, but we're going to fix that together. So by the way, if you click there and it came out super wonky or weird, there's a really easy way to revert, and you just shift left click on the ground, inside, outside, wherever, as long as it's on the ground, and go to Tool Options, Undo. And you can do the same to redo. So as soon as that window pops up, you see that we actually have to place two number values, one for X and one for Y. I suggest always using decimals and doing things in smaller movements, because if you're going to do giant movements, sometimes you're going to overdo it and it's going to go too far. And although you can undo to bring the item back, it can be kind of frustrating. I always start out with 0. Don't forget your comma. And then let's try 0.04. Now, there does not need to be a space between the comma and the next number, so don't worry about that. You can literally just type 0,0. So we're doing 0,0.04 to see where it goes, so we can kind of get a feel. All right, so it moved out a little bit, and we want to keep nudging it this way. If we wanted to nudge it another way, go into the negatives. That's basically how it works. I'm going to show you. So try to keep in mind, keep like a notepad near you so you can kind of remember what the last input you did was. And remember, this is a mod that's helping us do something that the game doesn't allow us to do. So although it may seem a little complicated, it's extremely helpful. You'll get the hang of this as you keep doing it. You'll start to understand more of where it's going to go based off of what numbers you put in. All right, so I put in 1 and it seems to have fixed that little gap that we have. So let's shift click this door and toggle active object to make sure it looks right. It looks great. So we were able to do that pretty well. I did mess with this quite a bit before I did this tutorial because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't a complete idiot, but I'm sure I'm missing something. But this is how I use the mod, so hopefully you're learning something. Now you want to put some windows. We want to get this door out here, and let's do the window next. So again, make sure you customize these doors and windows prior to putting them on the outer walls, because we cannot customize them after they are moved there because it is on the outside area. So make sure you have that done. And we're going to shift click on our window, go to Tool, toggle active object, and I'm going to swivel around here because I don't want my window to show this wall intersection. So I'm going to try to place it somewhere right here. So I'm just going to pick a point, shift left click on the wall, move active object here. All right. So as you can see, it actually put it on the ground floor, even though we didn't want it down there. So let me show you how we can fix that if that becomes an issue for you. So let's shift left click on our window, go to Tool, and go to Elevate. Now we're going to type in a positive number because we want it to move up. So let's type in 0.05 and see how far. That's going to go pretty high. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, that's not going to go pretty high. All right, so we can bump it up a little bit because we're moving a little bit slow here. So 0.8, we'll bump that up pretty high. And you just keep messing with it until you get it exactly where you're wanting it. It will take a little bit of going back and forth to try to figure it out. And that's perfectly okay. Do not get frustrated. This tool, again, is allowing us to do something that the game doesn't natively allow. So just take your time getting to know it. And if you have any questions or you feel really freaked out and you don't know what's going on, leave me a comment below and I'll try to help you out. Don't get too bogged down by this. It shouldn't be something that's super stressful. It is a new mod to learn and it seems a little bit strange, but it's okay. We'll get through this together. 0.05. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Now you can obviously do larger numbers and shove it along, and if you're just way better at this stuff, you'll probably have a way easier time. I am not good at this, and I have to take my time, and because sometimes it takes me a while to understand things, so this is how I do it. So if you're already done and you're like, yeah, I figured it out, awesome. Good job. I'm going to fix this window. It's going to take me some time to fix the window because, as I said, I take a little longer to understand things, and that's okay. All right, so I was able to wedge the window in there. We're going to go ahead and toggle active object to deselect it. And there we go. We have our window. We're going to do the same thing again for our screen door here to move it into place. Okay, so this is another issue I wanted to work on so you guys can see how to solve this if this happens to you. So when we put the door here, the window gets messed up. So I'm going to fix the door and then show you how to fix this window with just a small nudge of a movement. Okay, so we have our door in place and it's where I want it, but our window's messed up. There's a super simple way to fix this. I see this glitching over here, sorry. So we're gonna shift left click on our window, go to Tool and move. And then we're just gonna nudge it like the slightest, tiniest bit, 0.02. And there you go. I did mess it up a little bit on the top. I do have to move it. I actually moved it into the wall a little bit. But as you can tell, that's how you fix it. You just nudge it a super tiny bit and you'll be able to fix that weird issue that sometimes happens. It happens without the mod as well. So don't get too scared if you see that. It's not a huge deal, and it's not going to mess up your game or your builds or anything like that. So don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Okay. So there you go. I was able to fix that. All right. So you're ready to decorate your balcony. And I suggest you I laid it out in the bathroom so that this area wasn't cluttered. I suggest you lay out everything it is that you want to move, and then we can easily move it. So this is actually quite a bit easier than doing the walls and doors, in my opinion. So we're going to shift left click on the items, go to tool, toggle active object. You can do this anywhere. It's not just balconies. I can move it down here if I want to. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's in the air, but that's not where we want it. But that just shows you, like, you can literally do this with anything, and it's magical. It's amazing. So we actually want it right here in the corner. So we're going to move active object here. Now we can just keep clicking on the floor and moving it until it gets where we want, or you can just go into and move it, nudge it over. Because I like to be lazy, I just keep clicking on the floor until I get it where I want, just like that. And you don't have to shift click tool and go to active object to deactivate it. You can actually just click on the next item and activate the next item that you want to move. So you don't have to keep going in and messing with that. So we're going to put this plant over here, and it looks pretty good. So we're going to move on to the next item. Let's go ahead and grab this cushion here, because this cushion will actually be a good way to show you guys how to rotate. So let's put this cushion right here. And it is already rotated. You can rotate it a little and then it'll usually move over and be the same. Sometimes I've had them straighten out. I've had objects straighten out and then I have to go in and rotate, but I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So let's shift left click on our cushion here, go to tool, go to rotate. Here is like the elevation tool. Negative and positive will decide on how much you turn it. Obviously 360 is a full 360. Let's just move it 90 degrees and click on that, and there you go. It rotated 90 degrees. So let's say you want it to look completely wonky. You want it to look weird. You want to rotate it in the most absurd way. You do you. Let's click on change axis, and then we're going to type in again 90. And there you go. We can actually move it in a way we wouldn't have been able to do natively, and that's actually really cool. Or maybe we could natively, I've just never tried. This tool just makes it so easy. Now let's say you rotated it crazy and don't want to have to go back in and do all that chaos. You can obviously go to undo, or you can shift left click, go to tool, go to rotate, and go to reset rotation to put it back how you wanted it. So let's move all of our little items here and get them outside. Your sim will be able to use them. So again, I think it's super silly that this isn't native, that we actually cannot do this. We can't put the stuff out on this particular balcony. And I just don't understand why that's a thing. It's really silly. I don't like that. But hey, we've got amazing mod creators like twistedmexi who went in and made these amazing mods for us. So I'm super grateful, that's for sure. And there you go. We have this super fancy decorated balcony here. It's looking really fresh. It's looking really pretty. We're going to put our rug. I do suggest you put the rug last, by the way. Last time I tried to put a rug first, I wasn't able to move items to it. It just kept thinking I wanted to select that item. So it was kind of frustrating. But we're going to go there, toggle active object to deselect, and there we go. Let me get my sim out here to relax so she can take herself a nice fancy nap and you guys can see this in action. I hope this was a helpful tutorial for you guys. I hope I taught you something you didn't already know. Oh my, she passed out like really fast. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the thumbs up, and also if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to become a Brain Muncher. For those that are already subscribers that return to hang out with me and talk with me, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you guys for your comments, for your love, and I hope this was a helpful video. I really do. I enjoy making these tip videos. Let me know in the comments below if you have any mods you want me to go over or anything you want me to try to help you figure out about The Sims, Animal Crossing, and any other games you know that I'm obsessing over. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm Zombie Girl, and I'll see you later. Bye.